Today, I'm going to reveal something that completely changed my business and it might also change yours. You know the feeling when you're sitting on a sales call, your palms are sweaty, you're second guessing everything you say and do. And when it comes to talking about the price, you could totally freeze up. And then the client hits you with, oh, I need to think about it. Oh, that's a bit out of my budget. And you just accept that. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. But the truth is that most gurus won't tell you that high ticket sales isn't about fancy scripts, manipulation tactics. It's about understanding the fundamental psychology that drives every single purchasing decision. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I went from struggling to sell 500 euros packages to consistently closing 4K deals with absolute confidence, and how you can actually do it too, even if you're just getting started. Before we dive in, a quick introduction. I'm Matthias Durende. I help digital marketing agencies and service providers scale to consistent 5-figure months without the usual burnout or chaos or complexity. I personally made over 10,000 euros in profit last month in high ticket sales, and I help dozens of entrepreneurs just like you actually transform their sales approach and their business and life. But I wasn't always good at sales. When I first started my business, I was terrified of sales calls. I would practically apologize for my prices and I'd get completely destroyed by objections. I ended up working with difficult clients that was less than I was worth. And the turning point came when I realized something critical. Let's get something completely straight. Sales is not manipulating people, pushing products to people who don't need them, being the stereotype salesy person. Sales is simply the process of helping someone from their current painful stimulation to their desired outcome. And that's it. If you generally have a solution that can actually help someone, then selling becomes an act of service. And the fundamental truth that most people miss is people don't buy products or services. They buy their way out of pain and towards pleasure. Understanding this simple principle is what separates an amateur salesperson from professionals who close high-ticket deals consistently. So let's break this down. There are two core motivators that drive every purchasing decision. First, moving away from pain, and two, moving towards pleasure. The stronger these forces are, the more likely someone is to buy, and the more they're willing to pay. Think about it this way. If I were to sell you a digital marketing service for $5,000, and you're absolutely confident that it'll bring you $50,000 in return, is that expensive? Of course not. But if you have no idea it'll work, or you don't fully understand the value, then even 500 euros feels risky. This is why most people actually struggle with high ticket sales. They focus on features, methods, and deliverables instead of actually deeply understanding and amplifying the prospect's current pain, what's costing them money, time, and sanity, to their desired outcome, what they truly want to achieve, and three, the gap between the two and why they can't bridge it alone. And when you master this understanding, price becomes secondary. So let's get practical. And the framework I personally use and teach my clients as well to actually close high ticket deals consistently is first, step one, discovery. This is where 50% of the sale happens, but most people rush through it. Your goal is to uncover their deepest pains and frustrations, how long they've been struggling, what solutions they already tried, and the cost of their problem, financially, emotionally, and time-wise, and their ideal outcome and what it would mean for them. The key here is to ask deep questions and listen. Don't pitch yet. For example, instead of asking what's your marketing budget, ask what would happen to your business if you could double your client base in just 90 days or in the next 90 days. Two, stretching the gap. Once you understand their situation, help them to see the full impact of their problem. You mentioned bringing in 2 clients per month at 2,000 euros each. That's 4,000 euros monthly. If you continue at this rate for next year, that's only 48,000 annual revenue. Is that where you ideally want to be financially? No, it's not. Okay. And what if you could bring in 6 to 10 clients monthly instead? That would be 12 to 20,000 euros monthly, or 144k or 240k annually. What would that mean for your business and just like life in general? And one thing to emphasize about this isn't manipulation. This is helping them see the true cost of inaction. Step 3. Present your solution. Now and only now is where you present your solution, but not as a list of features. Instead, show how your offer bridges the gap between their pain and their desired outcome. Based on everything you shared, I'm really confident that we can actually help you reach those 6 to 10 clients per month, and we'll do this by implementing 3 core elements. Then explain how your solution actually addresses their specific situation. And step 4, handle objections. If you are very good at sales, you do a very good discovery, you do a very good introduction, and you make a very good bridge between where they are and where they want to go, then objections really come close to zero. And objections is where most sales actually fall apart. But again, if you do the previous steps correctly, objections are actually opportunities to reinforce the value. So let me show you 3 examples for objections and how to address them. First, I need to think about it. This usually means that you haven't created enough urgency or the value isn't clear enough yet. So here's how to handle it. Completely understand taking time to think is really important, but can I ask you, what specifically do you need to think about? There's nothing fancy about a question. It's really, really simple, and objections are only objections if you see them as objections. And this question is powerful because it reveals the true objection hiding underneath. Okay, let me ask you this. How long have you been thinking about solving this problem, and what's it costing you each month to actually don't address it? That's a very simple way to do it. Or 2, it's too expensive, or oh, I don't have the budget for it, oh, I don't have the cash for it. This means they don't see enough value compared to the investment. Response would be understand the budget concerns. Let me ask you this. If you're completely certain that this investment would actually return 3 to 10x, for example, within a specific time frame, would the price still be the main concern? No. Okay, let's look at it from a different angle then. You mentioned earlier that problem is costing you amount per month. Over a year, that's yearly amount. Our program is designed specifically to solve that, which means you're actually losing money by not investing. Or 3, I need to discuss with my partner or team. This one is tricky because it might be true, but it's often an avoidance tactic. And you can also completely avoid this objection by actually having a little question on your calendar that asks if they are the sole decision maker, or asking that in the beginning of your call, hey, are you the sole decision maker? But let's say you go into a call and they pull up this objection. Here's what you can actually say. I respect that completely. To help you have the most productive conversation with them, what specific aspects of our solution do you think they'll have questions about? And that will actually help you address the concerns proactively. Would it be helpful if we both jumped on a quick call? Because then I can answer any technical questions if they should have any, as I've also found that this saves the most time for both ends. Now, change of topic. Let's talk about how to actually close the deal. The biggest mistake I see is asking, so what do you think? Instead, use assumptive clauses based on everything we discussed, I'm confident we can actually help you achieve their goal. And you don't say their goal, you actually put in what they say their goal is. The investment is, for example, 5K, 10K, and we can get started right away. Would you prefer to pay it in full for discount bonus, or would the payment plan work better for you? And this is where you also actually increase the price of the payment plan, because if you just offer both at the same price, they'll actually just pick the cheapest one. Or just don't offer any payment plan and only offer it if they actually mention it. And also notice how I'm giving 2 positive options. I'm not asking yes or no. This is called the alternative choice clause, and it's extremely effective. Another powerful technique I use is, if I could, would you close? If I could show you exactly how to achieve a specific outcome in time frame, would you get ready to start today? But remember, no closing technique will work if you haven't truly understand their pain and build value throughout the whole conversation. And beyond techniques, here are 3 trust building elements that increases the close rate. First, implement client stories. Share specific examples of clients who similar to them who actually achieved a result they want. For example, I worked with a client named Tom who was already exactly in your association. He was at 3K monthly revenue, working 60 plus hours weekly, and within 90 days of implementing our system, he hit 50K monthly while working less. 2, pre-call materials. Send valuable content before your sales calls, as this actually positions you as an authority and warms them up. For example, a video sales letter. And 3, micro commitments. Throughout the call, get small agreements. Does this make sense? Would this solve the issue we discussed? Is this the kind of result you're looking for? These build momentum toward the final yes. So there you have it, the entire core framework that has helped me and my clients close countless of high-ticket deals without feeling salesy or manipulative. And high-ticket sales isn't about tricks or pressure. It's about deeply understanding your prospect's situation and helping them move towards their goal. And when you approach sales this way, pricing becomes secondary to the transformation you actually provide. If you found this valuable, hit the like and subscribe button for more content like this. And if you're serious about mastering high-ticket sales and scaling your business and want my personal help implementing these strategies for your business, I will open up a free spots for growth calls this month. Just book a call below this video or DM me on Instagram or LinkedIn, and I'll send you the details. Until next time, remember that sales isn't something you do to people, it's something you do for someone.